Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Manitoba Start is a leading provider of career services to newcomers in the province of Manitoba and connects businesses to a world-class workforce. I would like to welcome you all to this Spotlight webinar, a series of live broadcasted events designed to assist you in entering the Manitoba labor market. Manitoba Start acknowledges that we are gathered on Treaty 1 territory, the traditional lands of Anishinaabe, Anishinaabeg, Dakota Oyate, Denison, and Nihilwak nations, and the homeland of the Red River Métis. We acknowledge that our water is sourced from the Shola Lake of 40 First Nations. As a newcomer organization, we commit to learning about the histories, cultures, and the rights of the Indigenous communities, to strive to build a respectful and supportive relationship for all. Today's webinar is focusing on the Bioscience Association of Manitoba, the BAM. My name is Luna. I am the outreach coordinator here at Manitoba Start, and I will be your host for today's webinar. Given the large number of people, participants who have joined this webinar, we have muted your microphone to allow for better clarity and less interference. So before we begin, I will go through a couple of housekeeping items. You can use the raise hand feature to indicate that you have a question or comment. And to do this, you can just click on the participants button in the meeting control, find the raise hand icon next to your name and click on it. This will notify us that we have a raised hand, and the Teams webinar also have a Q&A feature that allows attendees to ask questions specifically in the Q&A panel. To access this, click on the more options, 3 dots button in the meeting control and select Q&A, and you can type your question on the panel. And if you have a cell phone, you can do so as it indicates here in the picture as well. So before we introduce our today's webinar, we'll go through a couple of polls. So I will start with launching the first one. Can you see the polls, Chloe?
I'm not seeing them.
Okay, something must be okay. Let's see if I can launch them from something else. Okay, I don't think so. We can do that today. That's okay. We'll go on introducing our webinar. So today's webinar will be with the Biosciences Association of Manitoba. At the voice of Manitoba's biosciences community, BAM works to support and grow the province's vibrant life sciences sector, connecting companies, researchers, and innovators to foster a strong, globally competitive industries. With a membership representing health, biotechnology, and clean biotechnology, BAM plays a critical role in advancing Manitoba's economic and promoting cutting edges in discoveries. In this session, you'll explore how Manitoba's clean biotech companies are using sciences and technology to tackle some of today's biggest environmental challenges, from bio-based materials to waste reduction, alternative energy solutions, and environmental redemption. Clean biotech is at the heart of the building a sustainable economy. So please welcome Chloe from the BAM. Over to you, Chloe.
Thank you, Luna, for the introduction. I'm just going to get my screen shared and we'll get started. Alrighty. So hello and welcome to our webinar on clean technology. I'm super grateful to be here with you today to be able to speak on one of the sectors that we help within our industry. So I am Chloe Gerard. I'm the Communications and Marketing Manager at BAM. It was supposed to be our President and CEO today, but unfortunately she did have a conflict that came up. So I will be stepping in for her. So I'll do my best to answer any questions at the end within our Q&A, but if I can't answer for some reason, I will be able to follow up and we'll get you your answers. So I'm just going to also do a quick little land acknowledgement. So I would just like to begin by acknowledging that we're located on the original lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and on the homeland of the Red River Métis. We respect the treaties that were made on these territories. We acknowledge the harms and the mistakes of the past, and we dedicate ourselves to move forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. We see the beauty, strength, and pride of all Indigenous peoples and commit to continue to seek to understand the harms that were done and are still being done. We all have a role to support in healing, dreaming, and building a bright future for all. We are grateful that the past attempts to eliminate Indigenous cultures, traditions, and knowledge were not successful, and it's a testament to the Indigenous peoples. However, they have created lasting impacts, and we all share a task in righting those terrible atrocities. So we're going to get into it. So at BAM, we believe in the power of bioscience, which is to heal the world, feed the world, and fuel the world. This belief shapes our work as we champion Manitoba's growing bioscience sector. Today, we're turning our attention to a critical and fast-growing area, which is clean biotechnology. This is a new area for BAM as we're growing and expanding as the industry evolves. And this field is really driving change. It's helping us reduce environmental impacts, improve sustainability practices, and create long-term economic opportunities for science-based solutions. Last year, we worked with Manitoba Start to be able to bring these sectors to a wider audience with webinars like today, and we're super excited to be able to return to continue the conversation and kind of highlight where clean biotech is making a difference and kind of how we've grown in the past year. So to kick things off, I'm just going to play a short video that highlights the sector and kind of the work that BAM does. Bear with me.
Quick, what do these 5 problems have in common? Life-threatening chronic diseases and medical conditions, healthcare shortages, climate change, food insecurity, access to clean water no matter where you live. 1. They're all real challenges we face today. 2. They're all solvable through continuous research and innovation. 3. Their solutions can be found through research and development right here in Manitoba's bioscience industry. Bioscience work in Manitoba is amazing. Tour's on. Let's go. Wait, what's bioscience? Bioscience is a study of our living world and its interactions with each other and their environments. Bioscience is all about discovering how life works, using this knowledge to solve problems related to health, agriculture, and nature. Bioscience is driving innovation in medical treatments, agriculture, and understanding environmental impacts. In other words, how we're healing, feeding, and fueling the world, today and tomorrow. In fact, more than 100 Manitoba companies are working in health biotech, ag biotech, and clean biotech to improve lives in Manitoba and beyond. Examples? Lots. We all know we have to get carbon out of the air to address the climate crisis, and fast. Plants do a great job of that by naturally capturing carbon dioxide or CO2 and turning it into oxygen and carbon-rich biomass. But when plant waste goes to landfills, it can release methane, which is a far worse greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. So Manitoba tech companies interrupting that cycle by turning plant waste into this, biochar. Instead of cycling back into the air as methane, the carbon is now safely locked in this stable form for hundreds of thousands of years. And that biochar can be put to work in agriculture, cleaning up mining, or to make stronger cement where that carbon is locked and isn't getting out. Let's talk about ammonia. Ammonia is crucial for agriculture. It's an essential fertilizer for feeding the world. But the production of ammonia is one of the heaviest polluters on the planet. Earth badly needs a green ammonia solution. But in Manitoba, we're working on this, the world's very first green ammonia production system that sets up on-site in containers. That's carbon-free ammonia, and it's produced without fossil fuels, made on the farm right where it's needed. I burned myself on the stove. It doesn't look like much, but if bacteria gets in there, it can create a protective layer for itself called a biofilm, which is sticky, so any other bacteria can also stick on and be protected and multiply into hundreds, even thousands of layers. Wounds and burns not properly managed can lead to sepsis, amputation, and even death. But soon you'll be able to spray on this breakthrough made in Manitoba innovation. It breaks down the protective biofilm, leaving the bacteria exposed, then kills it. Not just the top layer, but all of them. Manitoba has one of the highest rates of juvenile type 2 diabetes in the world, and First Nations children have a 20 times higher risk for diabetes than other Canadian children. Across northern Manitoba, communities and families are core team members in diabetes research, partnering with clinicians and scientists to improve the wellness of families living with diabetes. And the same collaborative, multidisciplinary approach is leading research right across children's health issues, and it's attracting researchers here from across Canada. Even students are making new advancements. Jasmine Storm is a Master's of Bioscience student at the University of Winnipeg. Hi, Jasmine. Hi. She's researching how early life stresses, either before birth or just after, have a long-term impact on the health of babies. Right, Jasmine?
Exactly.
And how certain components in breast milk might protect against these stressors and could one day become treatments that help babies lead healthier lives. There's more being done and more to come. Way more. The future is here. Come discover it with BAM.
So before we kind of dive into clean tech and all things that are great about that sector, I would just like to expand a little bit more about bioscience and kind of what we do and who we support. So bioscience is more than biology. It's the integration of biology, chemistry, data, engineering, and innovation to solve real problems. And its applications touch every part of our lives. So it's in the food we eat, the medicine we take, the way we grow our crops, the ways we treat disease. And if you're wearing a smartwatch on your wrist, that's bioscience as well. So bioscience includes health and medical technology, agriculture innovation, environmental solutions, food production, and much more. And right now, the sector is growing extremely fast, and the global bioscience market is booming, and Manitoba is actually playing a bigger role than most people realize. So when you think of bioscience hotspots in Canada, places like Toronto, Vancouver, or Montreal probably come to mind. But Manitoba is actually home to one of the most diverse and dynamic bioscience ecosystems within the country. So just a little overview of our kind of what's going on. So we have approximately 700 bioscience companies that are operating here in Manitoba, and we have just about 200 members that we represent. So we are working to get to all 700, but that's a goal of ours to have. These companies also employ more than 14,000 people across a wide range of disciplines. The sector generates billions of dollars in economic activity each year, and it spans industries including pharmaceuticals, diagnostics, agri-food technology, clean biotechnology, and digital health. Some of the exciting and innovative work happening in bioscience is going on here, which is in our own backyard. So BAM has had the opportunity to visit some incredible companies. Some are developing new and cutting edge PPE devices, advancing critical research on diseases that are affecting children and youth, companies that are creating bio-based materials designed to replace harmful plastics and contribute to a cleaner, more sustainable future. And the best part is that it's growing fast. So according to our 2022 industry profile study, by 2029, there will be one qualified worker for every 4 jobs in the bioscience industry. So that means there's incredible opportunities for those who are ready to be part of something meaningful, innovative, and world-changing. So how does clean biotech fit into this? I'm going to start with a little bit of a story for you guys. So imagine a busy weekend at the Forks in Winnipeg. Food trucks have fed thousands of people, the restaurants are packed, and the vendors are wrapping up. Now picture what's left behind. Bins of food scraps, compostables, and leftovers that may have never made it onto a plate. For most of our lives, all that was just waste. and it would end up back in the landfill, slowly decomposing, releasing methane and carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. It was part of a quiet but serious problem. Food waste is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. But today, that same waste is being transformed thanks to companies right here in Manitoba. Those food scraps don't end up in the landfill. Instead, they go through a patent carbon sequestration process, and the result is carbon that's been captured and locked into a stable solid form. And that's a form that can no longer re-enter the atmosphere. That carbon is then blended into concrete-like materials. It's used to make things like paver blocks, sidewalks, building materials, and even roads. Not only does it reduce the carbon footprint of traditional concrete, which is one of the world's largest polluters, but it also performs just as well, if not better. It's durable, long-lasting, strong, and the benefits don't stop there. That same captured carbon can also be added into soil. So in places where crops normally struggle to grow, where nutrients lack and have difficulties retaining water, the carbon-infused material improves the land's ability to hold water, and it can mimic the fertile richness of the prairies. That means more places can grow food. That means more people in more parts of the world can eat, which is a goal that we want to strive towards. This is bioscience and clean tech working together. So we're turning everyday problems like food waste into powerful, scalable solutions for climate change, food security, and sustainable development. And none of this has happened by accident. So it's because of people like scientists, engineers, entrepreneurs, anyone that you can think of. They cared enough to ask, what if this could be different? So that leftover pile of food waste is no longer a problem, it's potential progress, and it's part of a future where our waste becomes a tool and carbon becomes a building block, and our planet gets a little bit of relief. So a little bit about clean technology. Clean technology is all about using biological systems to create more sustainable, environmentally responsible futures. So from bioremediation and waste treatment to renewable energy and bio-based materials, carbon capture as well. Clean biotech is transforming how we can approach environmental challenges. These innovations aren't just about reducing harm, they're actively improving the way we manage natural resources, mitigate pollution, and support long-term environmental health. By leveraging microorganisms, enzymes, and bio-derived technologies, clean biotech offers scalable, cost-effective solutions that align with both economic and environmental goals. But as we adopt and grow this sector, it's critical to do so responsibly. So that means ensuring safety and ethical standards and making sure access to these tools and technologies is fair and inclusive so that the benefits of clean biotech can be shared across communities across Manitoba, Canada, as well as globally. Clean biotech is not only about protecting the environment, it's about rethinking how we live, produce, and grow in a way that respects the planet today and protects it tomorrow. So as I mentioned earlier, Manitoba is a hub of bioscience excellence, and clean biotechnology is part of that story. So these are just a couple of our member success stories. Both of them were featured in our video just at the beginning, but I would like to expand a little bit more on them. So Carbon Lock Tech, that was kind of the first one highlighted within the video. They are a clean tech startup focused on from removing carbon from the atmosphere. They use a process called pyrolysis, and it converts leftover food and farm waste into biocarbon, which is a material that can significantly reduce pollution when it's infused into different materials. And it can reduce emissions for about 60% compared to traditional other kind of processes. But the benefits don't stop there for biocarbon. It can also be added into soil, acting as a nutrient-rich component for compost, which is always a great additive. It can also help improve the growing of plants and vegetables and crops and all of that. So at its core, clean biotech like this offers practical solutions that can protect our environment and support a sustainable economic growth. And then another leader making waves is Fuel Positive. So they are a new Canadian company that provides the first farmer-owned on-site green ammonia production system. And this innovation eliminates carbon emissions from fertilizer production while supporting the hydrogen economy. So Fuel Positive system helps stabilize supply chains and offers farmers clean fertilizer and fuel options, making sustainable agriculture more accessible and practical. And their work addresses climate change head on with solutions that benefit farmers and the environment alike. So these companies are just two of the examples of how clean biotech is shaping Manitoba and creating new jobs, driving innovation, and building more sustainable for all. These are two of the many companies that we get to represent, and they are doing some pretty cool things. So I do have a short video just kind of diving into kind of what careers look like at Carbon Lock.
My name is Kevin Danner. I'm the president and CEO of Carbon Lock Technologies, and we are at our head office on Bannister Road here in Winnipeg. This is where we do our biocarbon research. Carbon Lock Tech is focused on developing solutions for removing carbon from the atmosphere and sequestering it for the long term. What we do here is we test the carbon that we are producing, and we find solutions for where we can sequester it.
I'm Sujindra. I'm a laboratory research analyst. I recently migrated from Nepal. I did my master's in biotechnology, and I have my bachelor in microbiology. I saw this opportunity. I like this job because I'm passionate about this job. So it's really good to work with a carbon uptake.
We take biomass from different kinds of feedstocks, such as lawn clippings, food waste from the pork market.
My name is Caitlin Yim. I'm a biocarbon engineering and training here at Carbon Lock Tech. I work with the biocarbon research team to study the applications of biochar in different industries. My background is biosystems engineer. I graduated from the University of Manitoba and I specialize in environmental engineering. So I was extremely fortunate to get a referral from my academic advisor into the IRAP program, which connects graduates with startup companies. I told them I was interested in like biomass conversion and clean tech. So they matched me with Carbon Lock Tech.
My name is Vikas Mishra. I'm a chemical engineer at Carbon Lock Technologies. Currently, I'm working on this food waste container, which is meant for collecting different food wastes from different sources in the city of Winnipeg. I'm a chemical engineer. I graduated from high school in science, and then I did chemical engineering. I got my chemical engineering from West Bengal in India, and I did my project management from University of Winnipeg, Manitoba. So in Manitoba, this sector is like not very much developed. A lot of work need to be done, and we need a lot of professional in this sector. Maybe any young student who are in their high school or they want to pursue career in bioscience, we need a lot of helping hand in order to go where we want to go. Maybe they can be a mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, bioscience engineer, chemical engineer. So they can come and they can see a good future for themselves and for the Manitoba and the country as a result.
So that's just a little bit more about one of our companies. So just going into kind of the job market for clean biotech. When most people hear biotech, they often picture the labs and scientists, but it's much more than that. The sector does rely on all sorts of backgrounds, whether project management, finance, marketing, legal, logistics, IT, you name it. And these companies require skilled professionals in every area to keep operations running smoothly. So whether your passion lies in the environmental science or business or in operations, there's a role for you within clean tech. Like I mentioned before, it is a kind of employees market. So jobs are paying about 15 to 20% higher than the average. And it's a great stepping stone for long-term projects. We often see within our member companies of someone starting off kind of at an entry level and growing really quickly within their role and being really successful. And because clean tech is newer, there are jobs being created every day. So there's careers in kind of all areas. There's definitely, if you wanted to check out some more, you can head over to our website and we kind of have some more of the, the higher jobs that people kind of go for within the industry, but anyone can do it, which is always exciting. So BAM is here to support you, and we have many exciting opportunities that you can kind of get involved with. So the first would be our membership. And it's a great way for you to be able to plug into the industry. So if you are a student, it costs $50 per year. And if you're a recent grad, you're able to get our student membership for up to 3 years post-graduation. And then we also offer individual membership for people who are more maybe curious about what's going on in the sector and kind of want to get involved. So that's $125 plus GST per year. So our memberships gives you access to training, networking events, and job opportunities, and a lot more. And it's a unique opportunity to be able to get involved. We also offer our Meet the Bioscience sector bus tours. So these go around to kind of local, sorry, I just realized our presentation says health, it should say clean companies. So seeing some of the work hands-on within the province. So get to hop on a bus and go meet some pretty cool people. We also have industry-ready training. So whether that's some soft skills or you want to get more into the technical stuff, we do have training programs that are available through our partnership with the Biotalent Canada. And then, yeah, also some career support. So whether you're wanting to be more involved in career-focused events, industry introductions, and access to job postings, we also have that available for you as well. So into kind of the big picture of what we kind of went over, it's just clean biotech is just starting to ramp up and there's tons of opportunities for growth. Manitoba's clean biotech sector is really taking off right now, and there's some big advantages like access to clean energy and strong agriculture base, which are helping the sector grow fast here in the province. And yeah, there's some big projects going on. There's a pea protein plant in Prodigal Prairie that's growing pretty big, and it's really showing that we're becoming a hub for sustainable biotech innovation. There's also a lot of exciting opportunities here within Winnipeg and such. More companies and industry focus. And industries are focusing on sustainability. So we are positioned to attract new businesses and talent within clean biotech, and the province's location and infrastructure make it easier to connect with markets across North America and beyond, which is always a bonus. So what's really impressive is that Manitoba isn't just a growing sector, it's helping create real-world solutions for the environmental challenges that we're facing. So from improving farming practices to developing greening products, the work is happening here and it's making a difference locally and globally. And it's exciting to see how clean biotech is helping build a more sustainable future for all of us. Just want to shout out a few of our events that are upcoming. So we do have our Indigenous Health Innovations Conference. It's going to be taking place on November 28th, and it's co-hosted with the Indigenous Chamber of Commerce. And we're going to be exploring how traditional knowledge and medicine can come together with kind of Western practices to see how we can really support Indigenous communities and healthcare, as well as access to care and much more. And then also bioscience online training. So this can be done anytime. Feel free to contact us. I have our info at the end of our our email at the end of our presentation. Just shoot us a message. And these are self-paced online training that you can do. And then if you just scan the QR code, that will take you to kind of all of our upcoming training and events that are going to be happening within the next few months. So with that, I would love to be able to open this up to Q&A. Like I said, I'm going to try my best to answer any questions that you guys have, but if I can't, just shoot us an email at info@biomb.ca and our team will be able to help you out. So I'm going to stop sharing now and we'll get into the Q&A.
Thank you, Chloe, for that informative presentation. Now we'll be open it up for the audience. So do you have any questions? Again, please type your question in the question panel box or raise your hand and I'll unmute you so you can ask your question. We have one question here.
Yeah,
How
how
do
do
you
you
balance?
balance?
Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
so how do you balance profitability with sustainability in clean biotech? That's a really great question. I would say it's kind of a case by case basis on each company. So whether what their goal is and where they see themselves going. Obviously, companies are going to want to be able to make a profit to be able to continue to do the work. So that's kind of a great question for, what the company's priorities are and where their goals are headed.
So again, you can use the Q&A and panel, or you can raise your hand as well, and I will unmute you so you can ask your questions.
And just this one that came through in the Q&A. Can you tell us more about diabetes research program and how to join a team? So we have a few companies that are doing diabetes research. There's a lot of really cool projects that they're working on and, finding ways that care can be easier accessible, as well as, finding ways to be able to treat, diagnose earlier, and you know, figure out ways to be able to live with diabetes, as it is a big point of concern for Manitoba. So a lot of our companies, to name a few, Cymar is a big one. So they're a local, not sorry, they're Manitoba based. They're out in Dauphin, and they're kind of looking into how, I believe it's a protein, works within the body to be able to prevent and combat diabetes and see where that can go. So they're a great company to be able to look out. And then how to join a team. I believe that, getting your connections out there. So whether that's becoming a member and coming to our networking events, checking out our job postings that are on our website that anyone can access, is a great way to be able to kind of see what's out there, as well as kind of find the opportunities that you might be able to fit into.
And we have another question, Chloe. Um, Nicole is saying, how is Canada or Manitoba supporting clean biotech startups through funding?
Yeah, that's a great question. So BAM doesn't provide the funding, but we're always the ones that are going to be advocating for our members who do need funding. So the province does have a few programs that are specific towards the clean tech in particular. So there is through their business, mining, trade, and job creation. That is where you'll be able to find their funding priorities. We also do have a list of different funding opportunities on our website. So if you just go to biomb.ca and under our support hub, there will be some more information on the different funding programs available, as well as there's other companies that also will do funding and grant opportunities for clean tech companies as well. Happy to answer any more questions if anyone has any.
I actually have one question, Chloe.
Yep.
So what professional development opportunity does BAM offer for individuals looking to advance their careers in clean biotech?
Yeah, so we work very closely with our partners at BioTalent Canada, and they offer some industry-ready training to be able to upskill some of your skills. And this is all kind of self-guided and online. So if you're interested in that, please do email us, and we can work with you to be able to get set up on that. You also do get a little recognition at the end of it that your bio skills ready. So a lot of clean tech as well as other bioscience companies do look at that and think that's a great way to be able to, you've proven your skills through the certificate on that. And then we do also offer various training programs. So some of these are paid, but if you are a member, you do get member pricing on those, which is always nice. And those just kind of come and they go. So you can find those on our website, just under our training
Great.
tab.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
We have another one in the Q&A. Can you tell me more about, oh, we've answered this one? This is one, how to access the PowerPoint presentation, because there was a list of companies to work with.
Yes, I believe Manitoba Start,
Yes,
you
we do
share the
have,
recording, correct?
yes.
Yeah.
I will share with you how you can find the recordings in our website.
Perfect. Just in the chat, I did my Bachelor of Science in Physics, Chemistry, and Math, but I didn't have biology subject. Can I do that? Yeah, Bachelor of Science is a great start, and a lot of our companies are looking for that within their hiring. So I wouldn't say that you need to have biology necessarily. There is kind of what you like to do, there's probably a job for you. I come from a marketing background, so I have no science background, and then I'm able to be successful within the industry as well. So you don't necessarily need to go back to school for, extra stuff, but it's always nice if that's something that's interest of you. There's also opportunities that when you get into a company, sometimes they will pay for you to go back to school and upskill and all of that. So short answer is I would say that you don't necessarily need to have biology to work within bioscience and clean tech. But yeah, just keep out your eye out for opportunities.
You can
Any other?
also raise your hand, and if you want to speak and ask your question, you can do that. So by raising your hand as well.
I'm also just going to drop our email. If you guys
Contact
are
information.
prefer
Yeah,
to send your question that way, that's totally fine too.
that's
And we're
great.
happy to get back to your any other questions.
We have another one. How can one be prepared to be part of a biotech company, have experience in projects?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely just keep an eye out for kind of things that are working on, or if you kind of have a passion project that you want to work on, anything that, can really level you up in a sense, is a great way to be able to be prepared. Taking opportunities like webinars like today. All our companies also do webinars. So if you guys wanted to join our newsletter, you can register for that on our website, and you can kind of get training opportunities as well as webinar opportunities kind of straight to your inbox. And that can kind of help you prepare to be able to grow into the industry. And yeah, use your connections, network, find companies, on LinkedIn that maybe you resonate with, and kind of see how you can get involved. There's also many events that take place throughout the year as well that you can participate in.
Thank you, Chloe. And we have Sherry asking, can I ask for any suggestion on specific roles or jobs that I can aim for with the Bachelor's of Science minus biology?
Yeah, for sure. Off the top of my head, I don't really have them, but if you wanted to shoot us an email, we'd be happy to provide you with a short list of some of those opportunities.
So Sherry, you have the contact information that Chloe have put on the chat, so you can just take that and email her. So, Adimipe, if I pronounce your name, please share the email for role application. So you can email Chloe on the email that she provided so she can share the roles, right, Chloe?
Yep. We also do share our member current job openings on our website. So if you just go to www.biomb.ca, you'll be able to find all of our current member job openings on our website, just under Support Hub. But if it's easier, feel free to email us and I can send you the link.
Yeah. We have another question. If I have a background in bioscience research from my home country, how can I contextualize it here in Manitoba, given that the work environment and equipment are different?
Yeah, for sure. So it's going to look kind of different for everybody, I would say, but being able to do, those biotalent courses that I mentioned before can help, be able to get you familiar with maybe the Canadian way that we do it here. A lot of our companies, though, if you do have that background and you're willing to learn and participate, they will be able to help you get equipped to be able to be, recognizable in Canada. Sorry. But yeah, feel as well as training opportunities, whether, ones that we have throughout the year will all be able to be helpful as well.
Okay, thank you, Chloe.
Mhm.
And we have another one. Which sector of clean biotech are seeing the most job growth?
For sure. I would say, kind of everywhere is dealing with it. Like I said, by 2029, there will be, 1 in 4 jobs available per person type, so to say. But I do find that, just working with our members and being able to share their stories, the, carbon capture and sequestration, as well as, sustainable crops and finding, different areas for that is kind of the growth that I'm seeing within my day-to-day work.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
We can open it up for a few minutes for
Mhm.
any other questions. Again, feel free to raise your hand as well if you want to speak and ask your questions. Or you can also type on the chat or Q&A panel. Maybe meanwhile I can share our website and show them how they can find the recordings and everything.
Yeah, that's great.
So this is our website, manitobastart.com. If you are not like clients with Manitoba Start, you can always go here and register for services. What you will receive after you become registered with Manitoba Start is you will have a personalized uh, settlement plan. So if you are a newcomer, you will have this referrals to settlement service providers as well. And after that, you will have a personalized career coach. So everything is for free, and you will have like a limitless time to meet with the career coach to guide you with your career in Manitoba. And we do have also an event calendar. So in this page, you can see the events here. The event calendar at this month, like November is career and workforce development month. So we do have like very interesting um, workshops and webinars in person and online. So just check our event calendar to participate in any of these events. They're really interesting and very informative events. And also for the recordings of this webinar, you will find it in the same page, like just click on the events and you will find the recording of any webinar hosted at Manitoba Start, the webinar recording here. And we do have also our new website, the for and credential recognition. So we do help with for people like if they have like internationally educated and want to get their licenses here in Manitoba and work with their career from back home, then we have like career navigators that can help you through this process. So just go ahead and contact us. You can just click here and then there is like how to contact with a career coach station here. But then if you can also register with Manitoba Start and go through the process and connect with the career navigator, you can just say after the registration, you just want to be connected with a career navigator if you're done with your career path and everything. So we can connect you with the career navigators and they can help you through your licensing processes as well. And for our events, again, you can also follow us on our LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram to get updated with our events. So we are in social media as well. And also, once you're registered, if you want to contact us or if you want to book an appointment, so you will do the pre-registral, and then you have to meet one of our intake advisor. To do that, you can wait for our email, or you can also phone us or call us here, and then you can book an appointment to meet the intake advisor. You can email the front desk as well at this email. So we'd open it up for 1 minute if anyone has any questions for Chloe.
Well, I do see one just in the chat inquiring about some job opportunities in telecommunication and network security. Not 100% too familiar because not a lot of our members are within that, but there is a great resource of the Work in Manitoba job portal. That would be a great place probably for you to be able to start and look for some job opportunities. Or Manitoba Start as well probably could help.
Yeah. You can definitely connect with Manitoba Start, register yourself, and we'll help you because we do have also job matching unit that can connect you with employers. So you definitely can register and get our services.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much, Chloe, for that informative presentation. So on behalf of Chloe and from Biosciences Association of Manitoba and the Manitoba START team, thank you everyone for attending and stay
Yes,
well.
thank you.
Thank you,
Please reach
Chloe.
out anytime if you do have questions. We're here to help.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day, everyone.